Gaga's new single is just kind of just a return to form for how we met Lady Gaga back in 2008, 9? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
But let's talk about why Stupid Love just seems important for both Gaga and for pop music right at this moment. Keith and I, obviously, if you listen to the podcast, both love Gaga. We've even had her on the podcast before, which is insane still to think. The thing we wanted to get to is why it's important for Gaga to drop a new single right now and this specific single. So Keith, I'm throwing to you first. What did you think when you saw this, and why do you think it's important for Gaga right now?
I think Gaga is in tune with kind of where we are at right now, basically with world events, with pop culture, with politics. I think people really want to have a moment where we can kind of escape, have a moment to just dance and love and be happy. And if anything, Gaga is great at kind of delivering a message, like a big overarching message with her music, and a very positive message in many ways sometimes with her music. And I would like to think that she kind of is reading the room right now and really is kind of in that space where she wants to deliver a big, uplifting togetherness moment with her music. And I think that's what pop needs from Gaga right now, and I think that's what maybe Gaga wants to bring to music right now, is this moment of sort of togetherness. That's just what I think.
I mean, I think you are correct, and as we mentioned with kind of the disco comeback, she went full on dance pop for this track. And while, like I said, when we met her, this is 100% what we expected from her. She literally came out of the gate with the song Just Dance. But then you look at the, last decade, and we've seen lots of different versions of Lady Gaga, including, singing with Tony Bennett, the standards, and, doing the Sound of Music tribute at the Oscars, and, of course, A Star Is Born and Joanne being both kind of singer-songwriter-y versions of Gaga, more stripped down, makeup free, just like wearing a hat and jeans. And so we've seen all these different incarnations, and I think you're exactly right about why she chose now to come back as the all dance Gaga, and I am all the way here for it as well. And I love Joanne. I think it's great how she changes and evolves and is never the same, and I think it's part of her appeal, and she just constantly reinvents herself, and the reinvention right now is kind of a return to form back to the dance pop roots. Right?
Yeah, and frankly, like an alien Gaga. I mean, in a way, this is sort of like art pop. Not really an art pop moment, but you kind of feel like when she did Born This Way, and she was kind of portraying herself as this sort of alien-esque creature with, the makeup that kind of made her look like she was otherworldly and coming from a cocoon. I feel like she's sort of hearkening back, to kind of that vibe in a way, but not quite as heavy, but If anyone can kind of do this kind of, role play in pop, it's Gaga right now.
Yeah, and I think that, as you mentioned, her videos have always been a huge part of her identity as a pop star. And to me, I was thinking a little bit of Bad Romance too, which I think the idea of even the phrase Bad Romance and Stupid Love kind of seem like companions,
Oh, I didn't even think of that, but that's I didn't even put that together. Good one, Katie.
And so I think that if you look at those videos and those visuals in general, from both of these songs, they sort of, feel like a team. But this one's more positive. Bad Romance was a little bit more a little darker, and this one's about a cute, stupid love instead. So it's a little lighter and a little bit airier and a little, more pink and including in the video. But at the same time, we've kind of talked about what this means for Gaga specifically, but I guess where does she fit in to pop music as a whole right now, and why does maybe pop music need a Lady Gaga return at the moment is the next question.
And certainly to a degree, pop radio right now is really welcoming to dance pop. I mean, yeah. Dua Lipa has the most popular song on Top 40 radio right now with a song that is very throwback disco dance pop with Don't Start Now. And certainly not that Lady Gaga is like a follower and said, oh, Dua has found a lane. Like, clearly pop is welcome back. I'm like, she's not doing that. She's just making what she feels is important to her, obviously. I think right now, maybe radio and pop music is saying, all right, look, we have a lot of hip hop right now. We've got a lot of rock music. Maybe we just need a little bit of pop, a little bit of fun, and things are so kind of like depressing sometimes when you turn on the news or open up your social media account and someone's screaming at someone about something stupid. It's like, you know what? Forget that stupid crap you're reading on Twitter. Let's have some stupid love together.
You know what? It kind of made me think of, too, when you think about, like, obviously Lady Gaga is not a follower. She, like, kickstarted, like, a lot of the dance music craze that now, like, Dua Lipa is doing a new version of 10 years later. It kind of makes me think of, when boy bands became such a big deal in the late 90s, and then all of a sudden there was, like, a hit song by Jordan Knight and a hit song by Joey McIntyre. These, they weren't following trends. They were continuing to make pop music, a la New Kids on the Block from a decade previous, but, like, there was all of a sudden, like, a safe space for them again. And I feel like that's kind of like, it's like Dua Lipa's success on pop radio made a safe space for dance pop again. And, of course, who else would return to that safe space but, Mother Monster, with her return to pop form. This is a pop works in waves and cycles. That's how it works.
Agreed, Katie. I'm with you fully on this.